Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in yet another video where we are discussing the combinations regarding health, wealth, and relationships in your life. Okay. And this video is about the combinations of marital harmony. And this is a very important topic which I think must be addressed because most of the times, whenever clients show up for a consultation, I notice that there is more and more dissatisfaction in their personal relationships, and relationships is one area where we most expect happiness, and the exact opposite happens. Our relationships often become the source of our pain, frustration, as well as disappointment. And there are certain combinations that indicate whether you will have a healthy relationship or a happy relationship, and you know these combinations in this these are common combinations that must be present in a chart to determine how strong or how weak your relationships will be. Okay. And we have to understand that building a happy relationship is a mutual job. Okay. you know we often talk about relationships of the heart, we often talk about relationships of the soul, and we write long paragraphs, or we compose poetry trying to understand the nature of love. Okay. But we have to understand that before love, the one thing that is very, very essential for a happy relationship is respect. Okay. And respect is something that is absolutely non-compromisable. Okay. You may be madly or truly in love with someone, but if that person does not respect you, you know it's completely a lost case. Okay. And in the material world, of course, when we speak about love manifests through the heart chakra. Okay. And in the heart chakra, two planets manifest their higher power, the moon and Saturn. Okay. And I speak about this, I've spoken about this in my jyotish foundation class, as well as in classes where I have dealt with this topic of matchmaking, that although the moon and Saturn are regarded as enemies, but in a metaphysical sense, the moon can be considered to be a lower version of Saturn. The moon remains in a sign for 2.5 days, whereas Saturn remains in the same sign for 2.5 years. So the moon is the Saturn is really a large and modified, enlarged version of the moon. And if you speak on the topic of the heart chakra, you will see that the sun in this energy center manifests its highest weakness. Okay. And the rules or the combination of being happy in your relationships is having your moon and Saturn well placed. And you know by, when you say well placed, it means that the planets will bring the higher manifestation of the respective energies. And also the sun to be well placed. You want the sun to be well placed if you want a happy relationship, because as I said, respect is very, very important, perhaps more important than love. Okay. And as I said, based on whatever I've discussed till now, these three planets are very important: moon, sun, and Saturn. Okay. And the moon is responsible for sensitivity and service, and relationships are all about service. Okay. Because if you don't have this sensitivity of knowing what the other person is feeling, then a relationship is not worth it. Okay. You have to be sensitive to the other person, to his or her needs, nature, current state. And sensitivity also leads to understanding, and that understanding is actually the cause of harmony of happy relationships. Okay. Because the practical implementation of understanding is love. Quite simple to understand, but not easy to implement, right? And then Saturn, we know, is responsible for devotion and patience. And remember, a peaceful mind, which is signified by the moon, will always be patient, which is signified by Saturn. And if you are patient, you'll automatically be peaceful. Okay. So these two qualities will allow you to be happy regardless of external difficulties and circumstances. And every relationship will go through its own issues of trials and tribulations. Okay. And in the highest sense, this well placed Saturn, it indicates your devotion to God. And in life, this devotion manifests as devotion to your duty. And this is what is known as dharma. Okay, so once you're aware that you have a duty as a husband or as a wife, or as a friend, you must be friends with your partner, right? Or as a parent, then, you know, this awareness gives the quality of devotion and the strength to exercise patience. And, being patient with the partner is another reason why a relationship turns into a happy one. Okay. And finally, I spoke about respect. Okay. Respect, as I said, is non compromisable. But what you need to give up is your sense of ego and pride. Okay. And, the sun is responsible, the lower version of the sun is responsible for ego and pride. And this ego and pride are the two qualities that can become the source of resentment. Everything that pride includes everything that prevents the building of happy relationship. Okay. Pride and ego brings into the bad quality of possession. You start possessing the other. Husband starts possessing the wife starts possessing the husband, the boyfriend starts possessing the girlfriend, and so on. Okay, so this is the false ego. And rather than promoting love, it promotes division, and that interferes with unity. Okay, these words, I, me, mine, these words, they interfere with the manifestation of a mood of service and patience, which are of course represented by the moon and Saturn. Okay, so it's very necessary to remove these two extremities of ego and pride. Okay, you have to stop living for yourself. And as I said, respect is certainly not compromisable. So you also have to stop losing yourself in relationships by trying to live the life of others. That is also something that can make your experience of a relationship very sour. Okay, so you must live your relationship by having a sense of duty in the mood of service. Okay, so this is the pathway to happy relationships. And you know I have been trying to live by these rules of a happy relationship for several years now, and I don't say I have an easy relationship with my spouse. Okay, and no one has it easy, but then if you can manage to strengthen these three planets, you can obviously have a very good harmony in your relationship. Okay, and if you have a problem in in manifesting the energies of the heart chakra, then I would suggest to do 108 rounds of the mantra Om Hreem. Okay, just Om Hreem. This mantra is going to just open up your heart chakra so beautifully that you will feel a lot of differences within yourself, within your relationships after 41 days of this practice. Okay, so you need to do this mantra for 108 times for 41 days without a break. Please start on a Monday, and I'm going to write this mantra in the description box as well. So reflect on this, whatever I said, and I wish you all the best and a happy and fulfilling relationship with your loved ones. Okay, so that's it from me in this video. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you have not done that already. Share this video with your friends and family if you find it useful. And if you require a consultation, please reach out at the number provided in the description box. That's it from me in this video. I'll see you soon in yet another video. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.